What if I told you? The moment that nearly changed my marriage forever started with something as simple as a stuck zipper. Welcome to Affair Confessions, where we talk about the moments no one plans for, but many people recognize. Because not all affairs begin with a kiss. Some begin with attention, with loneliness, with a look that lingers a second too long. The evening started like so many others when Mark was away. The house was quiet, too quiet. The kind of silence where you notice the refrigerator humming and the hallway clock ticking. Mark had been gone for 3 days on a last-minute business trip. And if I'm honest, I'd gotten used to it. That realization used to make me feel guilty. Maybe it still did, but after months of distracted conversations and routine goodbyes, I had built my own evening rhythm. Dinner alone. Dishes in warm water. A house that felt calm instead of tense.
We have to go now.
Tonight,
I know,
though,
but it's too
I
risky.
had plans.
Staying is
My
worse.
friend Sandra was hosting her
We can't
25th
stay here.
anniversary
I
party.
know, but where do we go?
The kind
Just
of
follow
event
me.
where everyone smiles for photos and talks about vacations and grandchildren like life is perfectly arranged. I wasn't in the mood. But I got dressed anyway. I pulled out the emerald green
To a
dress
wonderful
Mark
evening.
once said
With you,
made
always.
me look like trouble in the best
Cheers
way.
to that.
It had been months
To a wonderful
since
evening.
I'd worn
And great
it.
company.
When I
Cheers.
tried to zip it up, it stuck
delightful.
halfway. Ethan, I called down the hallway. He stepped into view a moment later. Mark's son, 22, living with us while finishing college. We had always
tough
kept
lately.
things
I know,
respectful,
But we'll get through
polite,
it.
I hope
carefully
We will.
distanced.
I'm here.
Could you help with this zipper? I asked. He stepped forward, pulled it up smoothly, and stepped back. It was ordinary, and yet, something shifted. At the party, I smiled when expected, laughed at the right cues, sipped champagne,
We can't
but
stay
my
here.
mind kept
What is that
replaying
light?
that brief
I don't know.
moment
We have
in the
to go now.
hallway.
Okay.
The days after felt different. Nothing obvious had changed, but something unspoken hovered between us. We talked more about school, about future plans, about things that went deeper than small talk. Conversations that felt easy, honest, too honest. No boundaries were crossed, no inappropriate words, no physical line stepped over. But there was awareness, a quiet gravity neither of us named. One rainy afternoon, we talked about dreams, about feeling unseen, about the parts of ourselves we rarely show anyone. And I realized
You made
something
it.
uncomfortable.
I did.
Emotional
It's good to see you.
lines
You
don't
too.
blur
Come
all
in.
at once. They
Do you
fade
have to leave now?
gradually, through
I have to.
shared
I'll
glances,
call you.
Please be
through
safe.
long pauses, through feeling understood in a way you haven't felt in a long time. Weeks passed. Mark came home. Life returned to its routine. Ethan became more distant, careful, measured. I matched that distance.
I couldn't wait
Because
to
some
see you.
fires only
Me
grow
neither.
if you
Feels
feed
so
them.
good.
And
I
here's
know.
the truth I had to face.
I can't do this alone.
Infidelity
You don't
doesn't
have to.
always begin
What
with
if
a
they
kiss.
find out?
They won't.
Sometimes it begins with attention, with loneliness, with a zipper, and a look you can't quite forget. If this story resonated with you, subscribe to Affair Confessions for more real stories about emotional boundaries, complicated marriages, and the quiet moments that test them.